and welcome to the Adobe Illustrator in Under 10 tutorial series where we teach you techniques in Adobe Illustrator in under 10 minutes. In this, we are going to talk about the color guide panel, and we're going to go a little in depth with this, but it's going to make it fast and it's going to make it very clear what you're able to actually do with this panel. So let's get started. Try and drag out quite a few rectangles onto the stage and change the color values for each of them. What we're going to do after we have done that is we're actually going to make a color group from these actual rectangles. So let's click here. Let's highlight all of them. Once you have the color set up, make sure they're varying. And we're going to go into the options box and we're going to go into new color group. And when we do that, or you could have clicked the new color group icon, we're going to name this custom 2. And we're going to create it from, because we're not selecting swatches, we're just going to create it from the selected artwork. Now you can do this with any other artwork you have on board. If you select it and there are various swatches within, it will then create a color group with those actual swatches. And we're going to click OK. And if we scroll down, we'll notice that now we have our color group. And our color group is now within our color guide option window. Now you have shades and you have tints on the left and right. Shades show how much black is added and tints how much white. And the middle colors that are listed above are right in the middle, so you can see the steps forward or backward in each direction. So if we click the upper right arrow, we have the option to edit colors, save the colors as swatches, which we've already done. We can go into the color guide options, and we'll click that just to show you what this is real quick. Color guide options allows you to change the variation steps. So you can actually, if you look at this window over here, you'll notice that when I increase this number, the 4 that are on either side is going to either increase or decrease, which gives you more variations to work with. So let's go up to like 8. And then we can change the variation itself so there are less color differences between the steps, or we can add more. And then we're just going to click OK. We're going to go back down to 5. And we're going to click OK. Now, we can also change it where it doesn't just show tints and shades. We can show warm and cool, which is the amount of reds and or blues. We can actually show vivid or muted, which is desaturated versus saturated. And if we were to go into the most complex option, that is edit colors. And when we do that, it takes every color that's on the board or within this color guide panel, places it on a color wheel, and you can move one color around and each color will transform and respond accordingly. And that's because they're linked. But if you wanted to do them individually, you could unlink and move them irrespective of one another. Or you could link them again, and then we have them back where they are responding to when one color moves, they all move. We can also remove certain colors if we wanted. I click this icon, which is the minus icon, and I can click the one that I want to remove, and it will remove that. Or I can click to add one, and I can add one there. Same rules apply. They still move separately or in accordance. And then I can also change whether or not it's going to show brightness and hue on the wheel, or it's just going to show saturation and hue. Now the difference is saturation, desaturation is in the middle. So the closer you get to the center, the more gray it's going to appear in the colors, and you can see it recolor on the actual artwork itself. And the further out, the more saturated it's going to be. Now if we were to go, and let's do it with this one too. If we were to go and click this, this is going to change it where brightness makes it very dark as we approach the center, and then back to our regular hue as we approach the outer circumference. Then we could change the steps to just bars, a segmented color wheel, or the full color wheel. We can also change the actual mode in which we're using. So we can change our sliders, hue, saturation, and brightness, RGB, CMYK, web RGB, lab, global adjust, etc. And then our other option is to click this, and we could change it to various color libraries. So let's just click this, and now you'll notice that it changed the color set here as well as here, where these colors are representing the color library that we just chose, which is HKSZ process. You can also go into the assign menu, and you could fool around and change these presets to various color jobs. You can choose the library, click OK, and now it will only use the colors that are within that segment. Okay, so you have a few options within this panel. You could also change it where you don't want to see it recolor the artwork, and it'll show you what you originally had. If we were to click recolor again, then we have our recoloring options. So we're just going to click cancel. I'm not going to go full on in depth because if I give you too much in this, we'll go over the 10 minutes. So we're going to leave it at this, and if it does come to a point where we need to cover more of this section, we will go back and we will cover that. But for now, we're going to click cancel, and we're going to leave it at that. So if you guys have any questions, I hope you were able to follow along. Feel free to contact me, www.theonewillfocus.com, or on all social media at TheOneWillFocus. That's all spelled out, TheOnewillFocus. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take care.